Green means we're a go, and we're back. We are the Game Reactionists. I am Rorschach.
Yeah, I'm Spectre.
And now we are gonna hopefully get rid of the sour taste in our mouth from the Xbox showcase.
Yeah,
Hopefully get something interesting in the PC gaming show, and this is more your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, you have to temper your expectations for this. Don't expect a lot of like huge, AAA blockbuster reveals. But then again, we didn't really get a lot of those for the other, broadcasts either. I mean, with a few exceptions. I mean, it was kind of like lower tier, more indie stuff. But I mean, usually at least once a PC game show, you get like a surprise or two. So yeah, I mean, it's more low key than the other presentations, but it is kind of my realm. I'm pretty much exclusively a PC gamer, so been that way for years and years now. So yeah, this is more my domain. So I'm hoping in terms of expectations, probably see like my pie in the sky thing would be like another Command and Conquer remaster.
Okay, that's
like my not going to happen, but pie in the sky type of thing. But I'm assuming we're going to see a little bit more gameplay of Space Marine 2 here, and some other miscellaneous stuff, and there might be a couple interesting things. There's usually a lot of games for this too, so there's chances are you're going to see a bunch of stuff that you're not going to care about, but you might see one or two things that are like, hey, that might be intriguing.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure that we are actually live here, so I'm checking this out. I don't see. Do you see us live at all?
I am refreshing the page. Let's see what's going on here.
That we are actually live. Yeah, here, so. We are. All right, cool. Well, let's get us started here.
All right, got my screen up here, so
bring that up.
I'm good to go.
All right, let's get her going.
Maybe another PC port, but usually you're going to see those for like a Sony game, but usually you see those actually during the Sony presentation. Plus, we already have one that's coming up with Nexus, Ratchet and Clank Nexus.
I am standing with you on the bleeding edge of innovation.
I was going to say one good thing about Starfield coming out, though, that I didn't mention on the last on the Xbox stream. Now that it actually is going to be out, they're not going to. We can't really talk about it anymore. We got to move on to the next thing now.
So what does the face of the future look like? Weirdly, pretty familiar. Why don't you introduce yourself, Frank AI?
Hello, broadcast viewers. I am Frank AI, a virtual co-host based on professional gaming icon Frankie Ward.
Seems like the volume's a little low.
Neural networks.
For the presentation itself.
And what do you have lined up for us?
I have analyzed the entirety of published games media and surveyed discussion forums for the most anticipated titles. I have then constructed the ideal showcase, including titles like Stormgate, Path of Exile 2, Pax Day, Dune Awakening, and finally Morris Men, Troop Lord of Destiny.
Wait, are those like the jingly dancing guys from England? Are you sure that's a real game?
My mistake, Sean. Morris Men is a game concept I've devised based on a holistic survey of the most popular Steam titles. Would you like me to generate another?
Instead, let's just get things rolling with something that actually exists.
All right, let's get to live with it. Okay.
11-bit Studios, we return
that's
to
a
an
pet
icy
pack.
apocalypse.
It sounds just fine. So, problem exists between chair and keyboard on your end.
Ambition. Do you hear it? It's restless. Ambition requires men to feed upon. It also needs time, direction, and sacrifice.
Frostpunk is a game I gotta get around to still. I have not played the first one.
Who fulfills this calling.
Although I suppose I can just move on to the next one. It's kind of a simulation management game, so I can just go on to this version.
Okay.
And open the door to hell.
But it's from my understanding, it's pretty good.
All right. Frostpunk 2. Another CGI trailer. Starting off strong. Okay, we saw this on the PlayStation showcase, I believe.
All right, I'll see you in a second. I'm a little bit behind you, keep in mind, because of the delay.
Creative mode for Teardown, June 15th.
Hey, check it out. I don't even need to write my own script for this show anymore. All right, wait.
Oh, check.
All right.
Well, there's definitely a market out there for
We've got a
for
pile of
Minecraft
fresh
and
previews for the most
Minecraft-esque
visceral,
stuff, so.
immersive PC releases coming our way, featuring visceral combat and immersive exploration, visceral landscapes and immersive storytelling. Fans of immersion will. Yeah, it kind of just keeps going on like this. So, I think it just needs a little bit more fine-tuning. And until that point, let's just go ahead and dive right into our next previews with Nivalis, Jump Light Odyssey, and Road to Vostok.
There's a city you see when you close your eyes. Are they closed? What do you see? Open your eyes. Nivalis. Maybe you've been here before. That was just a dream. Now, it's time to come home. This is your apartment. The sounds of the nightclubs nearby are the heartbeat of the city. The street food smells drift through your windows and make your head swim. It's hard to sleep here. Your restless legs want to walk the busy streets. Let's explore. Nivalis is a city in the clouds. But you can't make a rainbow without a little rain. Like most things in life, it's best to start at the bottom and work your way up. It's not so bad down here. We can go fishing, take a boat ride, soak up the atmosphere. And don't worry too much about the serial killer on the loose. I'm sure we'll never meet him. I can even help you run your new business venture. A noodle stand. With a little work, there's no limits to how high you'll climb. Just don't look down. As your digital companion, I can help you navigate the complex relationships with my personality matrix. Business partners, friends, rivals, enemies, maybe even lovers. It's all about saying the right thing at the right time. Your choices matter, so choose carefully. There's a city you see when you close your eyes. It's called Nivalis.
Noticed certain
Consider this your invitation.
body mechanics that you don't see too much anymore in video games.
True.
I don't know if you noticed that too, if you know what I'm talking about.
I noticed that.
Princess, the Zetopans will be in our system
I always
any
notice
minute.
that.
But they're not here yet. Prepare your defenses.
I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Upgrading our engine.
What is
I
this?
do like the
60 days?
Turbine warship in system.
Don't lose hope now. Red alert!
I mean, it looks kind of neat. I mean, you know, I like the idea of kind of like a immersive and, you know, kind of like kind of you have like your like little apartment and everything.
Yeah.
They're coming on deck.
Combat division, handle those boarders. ETA on jump.
Jump line in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not today, Voltan.
Voltan. That sounds familiar. A hardcore survival FPS game set in a post-apocalyptic border zone. This looks cool. It's like a PUBG menu system. Road to Vostok.
Content reminders enabled. Upcoming games in the next 30 minutes include Path of Exile 2, the full Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin, and Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Failure to keep watching will lead to a personal system failure.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne-like game, is just a couple months off, and it's got me thinking, what other untapped literary veins are just waiting to be gamified?
Okay.
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
I don't really know what the market is for that. Next.
Concept 2. Sense and Sensibility VR Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's bonnet. No. Next.
Concept 3. Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some more?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean, but perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
Well, at least there's that Age of Sigmar game coming up. I guess they're going to talk about, so that'll be something for me. See what that actually is.
This looks goofy. This would be something I'd play.
Yeah, I mean, I like the style of it.
Talking about the Ebenezer game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a Metroidvania vibe to it.
Oh yeah. Entirely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like all right. I'll throw it on the wish list. Why not?
For Ebenezer?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Warhaven.
Yeah, it looked like Chivalry for a minute or something.
Oh, this is how you do a game trailer, man. Some nice heavy guitar riffs. This is how video game trailers used to be when we were kids. Dwarf RTS? Well, that looks like something right for you.
Oh yeah, I mean this is I mean
is a mind birth from like everything ever written about.
This is like Command and Conquer
I'm sure
through and through.
an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dwarf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition.
Yeah, this screams like Tiberium Sun slash
universe.
That's pretty moving sentiment there.
Red Alert 2.
Hey, what about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game about the human condition. About our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Well, some wisdom bears repeating, right? And while I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique, let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out. Preferably with a shotgun.
Yeah, I'll throw that on the wish list too. That's clear. I clearly see what they're going for there. That is very much a late 90s, early 2000s RTS. Ebenezer, on that one too. Wish list. Not feeling this one as much, to be honest.
No, me neither.
Not crazy about the style on it.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
What are you eating there? I see you chewing away.
Some Skittles.
We'll make it the best
Some
shop
Skittles.
the island's ever seen.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own district.
Welcome to Kazai Village.
Who sent you? You will regret working for the outlaws.
Got like a MMO here.
Can't you feel the love in the air? We're going out on a date.
Don't worry, I don't bite.
Told her to calm down. I freaking told her.
Is this Tinder the video game?
What are you gonna do? Breaking news. A mysterious infection
You're a little bit ahead of me.
across the globe.
Oh.
What is going on? I mean, the infected, the wall.
See what we got here.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth. Is there anything we can do? We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us! But I can teach you a couple of things too, you know. We're all going to die! Wait for me! Goodbye.
I want to wake up! It's not over! Not yet!
I love you.
Eternights there, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get.
I don't know how I feel about this AI thing with discount
I mean,
Steve
don't get me wrong.
Jobs.
I love modernity, and sure, big tech's done some stumbling. I bet Mark
For what's
Zuckerberg's
that?
probably a little lonely in the Matrix.
This
But all I'm
floating
saying
head
is
is.
the olden days had an appeal.
They claim it's
medieval
an
times when we
AI.
were plowing our own fields
I don't know
and
how I
treating
feel
everything with
about
leeches, not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily,
It's
though,
not an AI. That's his
bring
co-host or
medieval
whatever.
fantasy to life.
Oh, is it? Okay.
To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new
But he just said
reporter drone.
Frank AI.
Oh, it's designed to identify,
Yeah, that's the character she's
question,
playing.
and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely
So you're
legal.
telling me
I mean,
They like to have kind of a
even got a
goofy
selfie light, like
style for these.
I
like
definitely
a friendly
picked up on
panopticon kind
that.
of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland to meet the team behind the highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day. Let's take a look.
My name is Reynir Harðarsson, and I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you
That anime-esque game looked okay too. Was that was Eternights? Let's see.
You know, it's where knowledge has been lost and it's getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are.
Oh, that's right. We saw that before. I think I put that on my wish list already.
The inspiration we take to build it's basically going back to the
Not something I get day one, obviously, but more of a sale one.
Based on real world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real world magical properties of plants.
I'm Solkara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world. It's huge. And you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for where you start building a home. And from that home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore, we have wanted to create something that is fairly, deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of like any of the history.
It'd be cool to go see like a castle or something. I've never really been over there to see any like these ancient like ruins and stuff like that. I've never actually been to Europe.
Snippets of the lore.
There are some good areas to go up to, I hear, and then some areas that you should avoid
and part
entirely.
of the like lore and mystery is also part in the gameplay itself. So you will be able to like find and examine things, and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And the area of the game that you will be able to play when the game launches is, we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France. With the influences from the Nordics where we're from. So what we're building is, we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks in how you can cooperate with the other players, and we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with the other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a like dungeon raid from the very beginning of like you starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to play the game the way they like. And for some, actually like just going out to the wood and like cutting down the forest is something that gives you a sense of achievement, because you know the coal that you're helping to produce actually is valuable for the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the coal production, but these players will still depend on each other, where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available through the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
The lore of Pax Day is very much inspired by real-world folklore and fairy tales.
Yeah, a lot of icons in that desktop. I keep seeing flashes of your desktop.
I'm trying to figure out
the thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually start out as true stories, whereas fairy tales are.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why the chat isn't working.
Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes
talking about like the background of like
people,
oh yeah, right there.
During this time, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real. And, this is not disputed as any fantasy, and this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things. You will find ghosts. You will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
If I've caused any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing those stresses in a positive light. Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving.
Doesn't look too bad. I mean, they clearly put a lot of effort and passion into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they showed off gameplay, or at least the game environment and what there is to achieve.
Right? I mean, we're kind of, at least we're showing actual like games here, not just concept trailers. You need your avatar cup. Jeez.
It's those free cups they give you at the theater. Relax. I actually never saw the new Avatar movie. I hated the first one that much.
I almost fell asleep during the first one, and
I did fall asleep. I watched it in parts.
Well, I mean, we were in the theater at the time, so
yeah.
That was back when I saw movies.
Yeah. I didn't see it in theater. I waited until it came out on. Because I worked for Blockbuster still when that came out on DVD and Blu-ray. So I waited to watch it for free.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Or just not watch it at all. It's like we got kind of a Mario Kart-esque thing here.
Yeah.
For Master Rising 2, The Search for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Players will see familiar rocket launches and a host of historical missions, past, present, and future. The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to MarsHorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in action. You know, being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leaks and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be a
they're
fun
producing
build.
some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating, Frankie, but let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
If Ed Ziri could see this now.
At least it's not the bland corporate overlords talking to us about how much they love us.
Yeah. Yeah, we love you from our
This is your
$1 million,
space.
$10 million campuses that we have here in our ivory towers, and
Yeah.
you little people out there that subscribe to our services.
The stench. It's getting worse.
I never really played Path of Exile, but I probably should because Diablo's like dead. You know, it died after 2.
It's definitely looks like a cool dungeon crawler.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new
Killing
action-adventure game,
dinosaurs.
Ferocious.
Oh, Ferocious. Okay.
I began working on Ferocious a few years ago, with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder.
Alright, so this is the Turok game everybody wants.
We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time, that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person shooter mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. We use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However,
This looks awesome.
there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad.
So we had to improvise. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Feel free to wishlist and follow the game on Steam, as we can't wait to share more about Ferocious in the coming months. Thank you.
It should be a game you wish list and check out. I'd watch you play that. I love my dinosaurs.
Welcome to Islands of Insight.
Takes more than dinosaurs to make me wishlist the game, but I mean, I don't know why you. What's stopping you from wishlisting it too? I mean, you could just play it.
Because I know I won't play it.
Natural beauty.
You can just know.
Well, I don't. I know I wouldn't. I don't have a PC comparable to
and sublime
playing it the way I want
for
to.
you and other players to discover.
That is true.
Alone or together, all at your own pace. As a seeker,
I can't even get a PC to make live comments work. I'll stream that on YouTube. See, I can
gotta upgrade. I gotta upgrade that CPU and GPU to have chat. That's what YouTube. That's what YouTube's gonna come back to us and say. Actually, we didn't find any kind of like copyright strike or anything wrong. What kind of graphics card are you using again?
Sir, how were you able to get this up and running with a Mac 2?
We contacted a local museum. They're interested in your graphics card.
A beautiful realm of tranquility and adventure.
If it gets any older, Indiana Jones is gonna come by and try to save it.
I'll be involved in a Indiana Jones and Nazi plot.
And let your curiosity guide you through a world of wonders, where the answer is always in sight.
At least we're seeing like actual running gameplay footage with all.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much
games,
everything
like,
has been like gameplay, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, I mean, and I'm not saying all of it's been fascinating, but pretty much everything here.
I'll be honest, nothing on here is like really piquing my interest aside from Ferocious. Hi, baby.
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis.
Goes trying to get on the
of my
couch.
own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October,
I think my baby's asleep right now, otherwise I'd bring her on.
In Lords of the Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds.
Look, it's Steve
Land
Jobs.
Living, where demonic knights and hulking monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities.
I guess if I was
directly on
hosting like
top of
a
each other.
game event or whatever, and I was doing it every single year, why not like dress like a different celebrity every year? Yeah,
Right.
That would be my
Dark
theme.
Souls games, failure will be punished.
Well, it's just appropriate too. You know, he's showcasing
Venturing in
PC gaming
dungeons?
and he's dressed up
Any
as Steve
idiot
Jobs.
could do that.
Lords of the Fallen
But
looks pretty
managing
cool
an
too.
evil dungeon, now we're talking
I don't know. I wouldn't really associate Mac with gaming, but yeah, Lords of the Fallen. This should be up your alley, right? I mean, this is like a Souls game, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient staff, the most devious monsters, and the most attractive treasures.
So Lords of the Fallen, isn't it like a remake though? Because there was a game called Lords of the Fallen that was out before.
Yeah, there was, and
an R&D center,
for whatever reason,
and
the game we just saw, I never pictured that to be what Lords of the Fallen was. So,
I know it was a Soulsborne as well. Here, let me put it to rest. Let me look it up here.
And can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises.
I just want to get clarification.
Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor. As a steward, your main task will be to make the dungeon functional and attractive to adventurers. So they'll want to come here to get slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have
first released in 2014.
You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang. Looking for a job that gives meaning
Alright, Lords
to
of the
your
Fallen
life, makes the world
2023
a
game
better
here.
place, then buzz off. But if you're organized, servile, sneaky, and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
Okay, so I got some clarification. Okay, it is actually pretty confusing. So, yeah, there was a game in 2014, Lords of the Fallen, developed by and published by CI Games. And the 2023 one is published by CI Games, developed by Hexworks, and it's a sequel to the 2014 game, even though it has the same title. So it should really be Lords of the Fallen 2, but they just call it Lords of the Fallen.
Okay. Ooh, Lady Death. Hello. Oh man. The collector's edition for Lords of the Fallen looks pretty dope too.
Let me take a look.
I'll send it. I'm gonna send a link to you now.
Let's see.
Are you alright, Sean? Our programming included a gunfight/dance sequence to promote Mariachi Legends, but your heavy breathing...
That does look really nice.
That looks really cool, man. I like that statue.
No, don't worry
Yeah,
about anything.
that's.
Systems are
I mean, it actually does look really nice.
100-page hardcover art book.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide
Got some
assistance.
digital content, a double-sided poster, and art
Day 9
card
has
kit.
been updated to Day 10.
What? You just can't replace me? Like, roll.
Maybe I'll check it
roll
out.
the
Who knows?
system up
I'm not really into the Soulsborne
I
games,
will
but
too, man. Because like,
I should actually check out the 2014 game to kind of get a taste of what it's like. It's $4 on Steam right now, so
The latest software version.
I mean, it's like, why not?
Gaming host, day 9. Ugh, the consequences of my actions.
Hello.
That's a really good-looking collector's
What's up,
edition.
Frank AI? I'm day 10. So, the latest software version. I suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and.
I may as well. Game of the Year edition, $4.49 with all the DLC.
While I do some strategizing of my own. Dakota, start unplugging things. I'll just tell you when to stop. Just pull it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Commander, there is the stench of death about this place. Not just from the Oryx.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us.
Is that Troy Baker I heard?
Fortify our position. We must claim this swamp.
Enemy sighted. Sneaky Dusty.
Sigma, give me strength.
I think it's time for a fight, boys. Wah! Protect the bastion. We need the loot. Let's flash to a corpse.
Oh, I'm missing Warhammer in the background.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I was looking at Lords of the Fallen. Can you send me the thing?
I was waiting for you to like react.
Against us both.
Now I am more of a 40k fan.
Okay.
So I'm not really as into Age of Sigmar and fantasy, but I do have an appreciation for it. I just don't know it nearly as well as 40k.
Okay.
Wake up, sleeper.
Realms of Ruin. Yeah, maybe I'll look into that. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not as much into fantasy.
I pre-ordered that Troy Baker. I pre-ordered.
You pre-ordered Troy Baker. When is he coming out?
I pre-ordered that Lords of the Fallen Collector's Edition just in case.
Just wanted to use
I'll
them.
check it out and see
Piece
how I
of
like
shit.
it. And
Nothing wrong with being a tool in a time
I hate
of
to play the
crisis.
original and
There's a war on,
actually love
and
it and
while it
miss out on a
rages,
cool
well,
statue like that.
There's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship,
According
even
to this, we
hooked
still
you
have
up
an
with
hour
a
and a half.
contract or two. And yes, I took my share.
Settle in.
That only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
Okay, so it's actually similar to. It's not just a Soulsborne game. It's similar to Darksiders too. So it has like Zelda elements to it.
Oh man, that really does sound like right up my alley.
The game possesses many similarities to both the Darksiders and Souls games. However, it is far more forgiving than the latter. The story is bland, they say. In saying that, though, the combat is great.
Okay.
According to this person writing this guide.
This is just the beginning, Sleeper.
I have found no official case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case. Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critico.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, $4. Why not? For all the DLC too.
This poor guy just can't catch a break.
Critter Cove.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there is no question it would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critter Cove's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistants, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper role-play. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send Hardy's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book
100%.
that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by
a level 5 frog.
Of story cards. And then the system creates a unique
You can be a level 1
for you.
princess or
and then
whatever
you
they
can
said
do
that was.
anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format.
Of course, your mind jumps straight to that.
Play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world
I'm not familiar with it.
reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though
You have
might
an
play the same
encyclopedic
cards,
knowledge
you
of
get a different,
princess
unique
movies, I guess.
story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do.
You're a pretty
pick
fresh
something,
parent.
And then it reacts to you.
I've
And then
got some
along with
tenure
our
on you.
AI narrator who plays the role
guess so.
of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want.
Let's
and
see.
you
Well,
can do
while we're
anything, and
this
the
is riveting and
system
all,
and
but
the story will continue based on
17
your
gigs for Lords of the
choices.
Fallen to download. So
At Hidden Door, we are
I did
working with authors
see a
and
confirmation.
folks to make some really exciting
Sony
TV
did
shows
announce
and other
that
media
the Final
to
Fantasy
bring those
16
worlds
demo will
into
be
the
going live
platform.
tomorrow.
And the system supports
So I
anything
think
we
I saw
want
that,
to do.
yeah.
So it does do science fiction,
Why
it
is
does
this
do
computer
fantasy,
like that?
it does, you know,
Away.
period romance.
and too much stuff
which
in the
you can
background.
think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of your standard action-based gameplay or sort of dungeon crawl-based storytelling. While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you are playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine,
I can see my drinking bird in the background now too.
And the world changes around you and your character, you are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door.
Mod for existing games that you can implement? Or?
Today you can play Hidden Door.
I think it's like an AI generative like story thing, which I mean,
you can play on your mobile device,
that might be the next big thing with like how AI is going to really pair up with gaming. You know, maybe that'll solve the issues with. We'll finally fix the dialogue system in Bethesda games.
Yeah, right.
With AI.
Well, because she specifically mentioned, like, you know, Star Wars games too, so I'm wondering, like, are you going to be able to apply this to games already and, you know, change outcomes? Or even change the way the game was created or written?
Use any world you want in the public domain.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean. Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass for only $9.99.
What? What's coming?
PC Gaming Show
I'm
Battle Pass.
incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize
Oh,
the show's
okay.
profitability.
How would Battle Pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn exclusive rewards, like viewing the show's trailers 1.5 seconds early and boosters for viewer rank experience.
Look, I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table Streams as Service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who've reached viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a Battle Pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killer 69 Blazers has just achieved viewer rank 58.
This is pretty funny.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon
Like I
crawler
said, it's a
from
different
No
tone
Star
and a
Devs
different
Play Entertainment.
production value
I appreciate
compared
it.
to.
I appreciate it. They're kind of like picking on themselves in the industry a little bit. Not taking
Yeah, no,
themselves
it's
too
I always,
seriously.
you know, I think that if we have any appeal at all for this channel, and for these same these people too, it's that we are not up our own ass by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
I don't think I don't think I'm great. I really don't know why you would subscribe to us. To be honest, I wouldn't do it. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, really, yeah. I don't. There's no ego here. You know, it's we're here to have fun. You know.
That's why I got so upset about getting copyright strikes.
Yeah, don't rain on our parade, okay?
Right, we're very harmless, you know, like.
You know, you multi-billion-dollar corporation, you know.
Right, picking on people who aren't even making any money off of you.
We're not even monetized yet. You know, at least wait till we're monetized to pick on us.
Right, exactly. Dread Pilots.
You've harnessed your glove's power.
I suppose I may as well look ahead right away and see when that Fallout 76 Atlanta thing is coming or whatever.
You don't know.
So I know when I have to take care of that.
And it's spreading across America, twisted.
If it got its own spot on the Xbox showcase, that means it probably will have achievements, I guess, right? Isn't that like the rule?
Yeah.
It strikes me as a major expansion. I don't even really hate Fallout 76. It's just more so like I'm done. I want to move on to the next game.
Maybe in the future.
Hey, good night.
You will break through the wall and find me. And if you do, maybe I will tell you my secret. The revelations must be earned.
And say goodnight to Baby Rorschach.
Don't starve yourself with excitement for Dread Pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, Text Generation. Coming up, secret facilities.
No release date for it, so
Zombie
coming when it comes.
experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim, and you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell Medical's biggest success stories, Director Colin.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you who are starting your own franchises. Today I'm here to talk about building a thriving business.
Who is this guy's voice?
My apologies. There has been a development that requires my immediate attention.
It's coming up for me now here.
Director Coleman, sir, we're hearing...
I might recognize it right away when I hear it here.
I'm handling it. Now, tend to your patients.
It sounds familiar.
Structural integrity and power all
I can't place it.
there, sir. Extent of the outbreak unknown. Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
Wait, don't shoot! Director Coleman! Hey, man, sir.
Are you okay?
Oh man, it's gonna bug me.
Wait, I'm hanging in there, Director. I'm all good. They have a cure upstairs, right?
Sure. Head back up. There is a shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I was worried for a second there that
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a business here. Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line in 10.
Oh my God, who's
and
that guy's
espresso.
voice?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only. Not our stuff. Quality control issues downstairs.
Well, I'd still rather work there than, like, you know, Google or Microsoft. They seem less evil. Is it really like a full like 2 hours just of pure games? It's not like no bullshit. It's like it's.
I mean, you've been getting games. We're about an hour in. We're an hour in now.
Because I was like, I was surprised by like Microsoft's. Like, I mean, like theirs was just like, you know, it was really only an hour, not even, and then Starfield.
Okay, hey, look, I've been looking through Frank AI's data log, and I found a file named Confidential Game Trailer 44. Codename Omicron Delta November underscore final parentheses final
2 hours,
2.0
man.
underscore revised.mp4. Now, it's important
As
not
of
to lose the
2 hours
trust
and 39
of your
minutes
AI
in, there's
assistant.
still world premieres coming
So let's just
out.
watch it really quick.
At least we got a couple of Metroidvanias coming our way, I guess.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. You like Metroid? I like Vania.
I love Metroid. Vector Rhythm Galaxy. Man, I miss rhythm games, honestly.
Yeah, I was playing something at I was in an arcade like last weekend, and they had like this like tap rhythm game.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I was doing. It was all in Japanese. They didn't translate it, but it was fun. You know, we kind of got the gist of it.
Yeah, like I'd be okay with another Guitar Hero coming out. I did get Guitar Hero Live on PlayStation 4, and I thought that was great. I really liked the new guitar that they did. It was definitely a lot more complicated than like the classic guitars, and they had a when they had the live service available still, they had a lot of good songs to play on. Like the bass songs of the game weren't all that good, but if you go into the Guitar Hero Live option, that's where you could get like a much bigger catalog available to you.
Everything that happened here overwhelms me.
Like heavy metal, heavy rock, alternative rock, stuff like that. And then they shut that service down, so all you had were the bass songs. And it was not a good library, in my opinion.
What is there to understand? We have to destroy it. Even if it means destroying everything.
I'm trying to find out that voice actor of Undead Inc., and I'm just not finding anything about the game. It's got its own Steam page, obviously, but...
Coming up, we'll see a theme park builder that's only days away. Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor to classics like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Magnate 9, Roller Coaster Altair 27, and Roller Coaster God Emperor 40,000.
Okay, let's not go off the rails. Look, as fun as the carnival is, we all know the games aren't the most balanced, because basically, carnies are OP. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look at Park Beyond.
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? The desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves? All these feelings make us Visioneers. Visioneers are architects who are dedicated to making their childhood dreams a reality, empowered to achieve the impossible. Architects who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those we love. Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Roller Coaster Tycoon quite a bit. Spent many hours playing that.
Yeah, this looks cool. Open beta on Steam now.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
There you go.
Evil stirs in the depths of Gallowspire. 3 heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue full of deadly surprises. And a powerful wizard wielding the fury of the elements. Together, they are destined to confront the hordes of undead and their deadly masters, again and again, attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving Gallowspire.
There you have it. Pathfinder, Gallowspire.
Introducing Diesel Legacy! Join the open beta, now on Steam. 2 versus 2 action! Down, but not out. Local and online multiplayer. Real match, worldwide rollback netplay. Determine the fate of the Iron City.
Available on all platforms. Open beta is on
It's time
Steam.
we honor an overlooked hero, the noble delivery cyclist, powering the gig economy with their aching calves. Now, you might ask, hey Sean, are you just feeling a little guilty because you gave your credit card details to the AI assistant and now someone has to deliver the 57 parcels you ordered before you noticed? In short, yes. But if this next exclusive is anything to go by, we'll all be saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation, gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
Hello, Inquisitive Viewer. My name is Will Barr, and that was an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Goat Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players, such as yourself, should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core. That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many colourful bicycle messengers. Embrace the gig economy and forget the security, stable salary, and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer.
What's that?
As you race through time, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap
right?
from
Yeah,
rooftops,
delivering stuff, and it's not even a fraction as pretentious as that, though. So.
Yeah. Without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of 3 rival courier corporations, all vying to become the most profitable business in town. But be warned, a maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
So it's up to you, bicycle courier, to deliver this foot-long grilled chicken, cheese, and chorizo melt and save the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Max from Grey Knight Games.
a two-man studio based in Sweden, working on the game Fabledom, currently available in early access.
It looks all right.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pigs.
Oh, we got a Xbox Game Pass commercial.
Yeah, they always sneak one in every year, don't they?
Yep. It's on PC.
Gotta have it. Oh yeah, they remind you. They have like a blinking light essentially. Just yeah, they get it on PC too.
See, there you go. You could get your Game Pass
don't
and
mind
still be able to play on your
He's
PC.
just entering our PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1 month
Yeah, I could feel like a console gamer then too. You know, I could be paying every month just like you guys.
Visit the
That's what I need to do.
screen now.
I don't want to miss out that experience.
Only a sucker pays every month. He pays full price.
Only a sucker pays.
We all pay.
Oh, you do. Yeah.
Big time Mega Man vibes on this one.
Yeah, I'm getting a sense of that.
Sean, before we continue with more exciting previews, I've generated a simple tactic to improve the show's revenue stream.
Well, yeah, great. Tell me more.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out.
Oh boy.
Got good 228 right? Great to be watching PC Gaming Show once again. Excellent work, Sean and co.
Hey, I'm touched. And a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
Z Blaze Paladins writes, did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look, you have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shout-outs feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shout-outs.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped. Just like I can't help wanting to see more previews. And with that, here's Creepy Jar's new sci-fi survival game, Chimera.
Man.
What we got here?
Chimera.
lost Caribbean sea was a captain mighty. Mordecai was his name. He succumbed to the white flame. His treasure was lost and his crew was tossed. Now is the day cursed pirates have their way. That's the life we
That looks interesting. Ish.
The Chimera one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked okay.
Soul magic restores our crew from before, yes, before. Black pearls in our chest, let us finish the quest now. This treasure we will find with our powers combined. Our worth we will show to our captain below. The Inquisition blocks our way. They see us as prey. Ignatia is their leader. You do well to exceed her. The treasure she
Not feeling this next one as much.
across the ocean blue.
No.
She'll conquer the brine for her grand design. That's the life we live. Come along for the trip. When paths go astray, we find us a way. We put them to a stop and give them the chop. We're a cursed crew and parties on a trip.
Moon Racer.
Let's see, XL1, that sounds familiar.
XL Rally Championship. Oh. No, it's a
XO
racing
Rally
game.
Championship might be racing its way across the stars, but it's already raced its way.
That's kind of a different spin on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're not aware, I've got something of a history with the real-time strategy genre. And funnily enough, at labs like DeepMind, those same RTS games just so happen to be a valuable testing ground for world-leading AI research. Curious. Can it be just a coincidence, then, that I'd end up the kind of man to name himself an AI visionary? I mean, probably. But what's no coincidence is my excitement for the eagerly anticipated RTS from former Warcraft and StarCraft devs at Frost Giant Studios. It's Stormgate, and today we don't just get the chance to get some exclusive first look at some Stormgate gameplay, but we're also joined by Frost Giant's president and game director.
I might grab a drink real quick here, too. Be right back.
Delight all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, I've been following Stormgate for years, but for those of us who haven't, what is Stormgate?
Stormgate is our modern take on the classic real-time strategy game formula. It's what we think of as a spiritual successor to franchises like Warcraft, StarCraft, Command & Conquer. And real-time strategy games are the type of game where you can control an entire battlefield. So this classic RTS formula includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so we put a lot of effort into making sure that Stormgate feels good, whether you're a pro with high technical skill and you love competitive play, or whether it's something that you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now this is something that we are big believers in at Frost Giant. We want to share this current state of the game today.
Let's take a look. Oh, Tim, I'm so excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start to a 1v1 match. What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources. Right. They're starting to construct building. They actually build them by 3D printing them from the ground up. And you can see them now starting to train troops so they can have an army that goes out in the field to fight.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, we see in the corner coming up, this looks like a scout unit?
Yeah, that is literally a cybernetic dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout, okay? It's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
Right.
And you can see him now running through the base trying to see what information he can find out about his enemy.
Yeah, I mean, scouting and information is such an important part of RTS games.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The Scout unit has been designed so it can actually sense units beyond its sight radius. So it's
awesome.
especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game.
All right, I'm back.
Well, what we're seeing right here
I've been listening on
getting
the
surprised by a group of blue troops coming through the light
headset
port.
here. We have Stormgate.
Twist on the tactical battlefield here.
And we got some gameplay footage, so...
The Light Force lets smaller units
Good
move
for them.
through them. They have concealment. It's allowed Blue to raid Red's base, in which case Red is barely getting a turret built with their speed building from their workers, a human faction advantage. And they're about to pop out a couple extra defenders here from their mech base.
So we got these huge mechs, and I mean, just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry, but can these red mechs fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're heavy units. They're designed to use their chain guns to go through groups of enemies, but they can't fit through the light forest, which Blue knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like this evac.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing a chicken? What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's art that we haven't gotten to yet, but imagine it as a big Mad Max Raider.
It's the most threatening placeholder art for now. And oh, I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up into the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
It is, and it's really important for Stormgate that we maintain a high skill ceiling so that players can express themselves on the battlefield by maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
And here we have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those mechs. Red is trapped on the other side of the trees. Oh, wait, they can blast through them now? And Blue's dodging these enormous shots, and we can also see Blue swarming in from both sides. This is not looking good for Red.
No, it's pretty grim. Red is on the ropes right here, and they've been outmaneuvered. They're caught in the corner here between two different forces coming in with a mobile pincer.
Man, and of course...
There's the GGs.
The most classic ending to an RTS game, GG. Get Tastosis on that stat. Outside of 1v1, what's coming up for Stormgate?
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player versus AI cooperative mode. We have team-based competitive modes. We're going to be sharing information about our storyline and campaign. We have new factions beyond the humans that you just saw today.
But Tim, what if I want to play the game right now?
If you want to play the game as soon as possible, you wish list Stormgate on Steam and you go to playstormgate.com to sign up for the beta. We're starting closed testing in July.
Once again, go to Steam and wishlist Stormgate. Tim, thank you so much again for joining us, not just to talk about the 1v1 footage you shared, but the future content plans of Stormgate. It makes the RTS players' dreams come true. Which might not be your dreams. I mean, your dreams might be filled with gloriously grimy Deus Ex-inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a fiendishly Star Wars vibe to it. If so, get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
Okay.
They call the dying sun. It's been the room of many a poor girl. And me.
Oh, right. Oh, what do we got here? I come back and it's actually like
Men, you were about
Doom-esque
to embark upon the great crusade
boomer shooter thing here.
towards which we have striven these
It's right up my alley.
That
The
one
eyes of the world are
looked pretty
upon you.
cool.
The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. We have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God.
Fortune's Run. I will put that on the wish list.
They were showing off Stormgate before too, which is an RTS game, something you might enjoy.
Oh, I remember that one. I've seen that before. That's from the former Blizzard devs.
Yeah, and if you wish list it, you can get invited to the closed beta coming in July.
Yep, I got a wish list already. So good there.
Keep moving! We've taken a German opening! Stellung halten! Kein Sensor!
Hell Let Loose. Okay.
Must be coming out of early access. I think this was on early access before, I want to say. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm thinking of the right game here.
Mullet Mad Jack. Wish list now.
Mullet Mad Jack.
Toma, que cagaço!
Ah, fizeste bom negócio. Esse é meu Rio Grande, chefe.
It looks pretty crazy.
What was that? I don't even think I saw a title for that one.
Yeah, they kind of come in rapid fire now here. It's like boom, 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 boom.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Frank, we've seen impressive, almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding-edge hardware.
Your concerns are both unnecessary and convenient, Sean. As the long-term vanguard of gaming, Alienware continues to offer high-end PC hardware. Considering their extraterrestrial origin, it comes as no surprise.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my training model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Alienware has been a part of my professional life for a while now. From the games you play to what you do for work, that's very hardware intensive.
When using Alienware, you get a performance that is very, very difficult to match.
It doesn't have just the kind of like generic gamer look to it.
Literally everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
Get yourself an Alienware.
No, they've kind of always had a reputation being pretty pricey for not so much bang for your buck. That's just my experience with them in the past. I got nothing against pre-builts. I got nothing against pre-builts in general. Usually they can be actually quite a deal depending on what time you buy them and if you kind of seek out deals and bonuses and stuff like that. But Alienware in general, from my experience of it, it's just been a little bit on the pricier end.
Look, I understand.
Most people just said it's the best thing ever.
Would you like me to procure blood, Sean?
Good for them.
No, absolutely not. Anything but that. Let's move on to literally anything else. So, what's next?
Vampire Survivors.
Well, this is a little awkward. Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivors. Oh boy.
What if we gave it a spin?
I like Vampire Survivors quite a bit. Especially when you're playing it like on like I usually play it on Steam Deck. It's a good like kind of mobile experience. Obviously draws a lot of its visual and design inspiration from Castlevania.
Right. Oh, new update available tomorrow. There you go.
Cool.
We are only a couple months out from the full release of Baldur's Gate 3. I literally cannot tell you how excited I am to try out some of the character builds I've got going on up here. I'm thinking of running like a mage tank kind of vibe. And wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear God.
This was generated in seconds, while a professional artist's work would take hours, if not days.
Yes, that is true. It's hard to tell this wasn't the work of a trained professional, but do you have any professional artist work, you know, just to like
You ever
compare?
watch any of those AI-generated commercials and clips and stuff like that?
Here's an original animation for Larry.
Oh yeah, I mean there's some of them on Twitch that are actually kind of funny.
They are quite terrifying.
The road to Baldur's Gate has been long.
Yeah, they like the actual generated like art and like videos and stuff like that. Yeah, there's definitely
former President Trump and President Biden getting together to eat spaghetti, and it was the most terrifying thing ever.
There's a kind of it is kind of horrifying how they look.
I'm not sure how that even works, like anatomically.
So uncanniness to it.
Higher ground, then rain down upon him with 100 arrows.
No, first I will incapacitate him with a fit of hideous laughter. Then we will fill his bog with grease and set it on fire. And if he attempts to escape the blaze, fear not, for I will keep my eye out for him.
Please don't. Even Lae'zel's puns are more amusing.
Among Githyanki, I am considered extremely humorous.
Enough! We must defeat this foe. Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature. However, attaining it will necessitate a trade.
Give me his spleen.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature.
Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance. Impart your knowledge upon us, and teach us the source of your power.
It's here. Frog.
Oh, I
didn't know you speak frog. Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been down in the dumps.
What the hell? What did I just watch? I don't even know what's going on now.
It has something to do with Baldur's Gate.
Cities are incredibly hard to make in RPGs because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different, so you have to be incredibly creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which it originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slopes, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
Oh yeah.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions that you've been making, they all come to fruition in that lower city.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it, it's great. So the thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that I'm the most proud of.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Larian Studios breaks the classic RPG series out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st.
Didn't they
We're forging
remaster
ahead with
Baldur's
more
Gate 2
fantasy
recently?
as flame-headed fighters face ferocious
I don't know. I'm not.
in a co-op action roguelike. After all, what's a roguelike without an onslaught of algorithmic terrors? I feel like there's a lot of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
We can be heroes.
I'm getting there. About 20 more minutes. Or I'm sorry, half hour. Whew.
I mean, this is pretty jam-packed. I'm assuming a little bit at the end is going to be probably just like, outro type of stuff. But I mean, yeah, this is very jam-packed.
TerraTech Worlds. Wishlist now.
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risks tasked with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
Seriously don't have any signal.
Not even one bar, there's nothing. I
So, I forgot to mention, there's like a super weird, scary thing getting around inside the rift.
The hell was that, a bear?
Have you ever heard a bear sound like that before?
I've never seen a bear before.
You guys look lost. Come on. You'll freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge. Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong...
I'm not really like a co-op horror fan in general.
A lot of folks
No.
come
I think,
up here looking for answers.
I think horror works best like when you're alone. You feel alone. You feel like something, terrifying and unknown is coming for you or is happening.
Right.
That's what it works best. A fast way to make anything less scary is to give you a backup, is what I always say.
Yeah.
The others, dude. Haha! I can't believe it worked! This is it. This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
Huh. Not interested. I don't know. I'm starting to feel a lot more vindicated with being a console player.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Wishlisting a lot of the same old stuff.
Of years before our son died.
To their credit, they're showing off a lot more games with gameplay, but
And really, the PC game show is for everybody too. This isn't just for PC. This is also for console too, because everything is exclusives really aren't a thing anymore. Everything is kind of going to be on everything eventually, anyways. So if you see something here, chances are it's going to be on. It's either already on or will be on console as well too, and vice versa. Just like the console presentations are really PC presentations as well too.
you know who doesn't do that? Nintendo.
What's that?
Nintendo.
Yeah, but you can just there's ways to get to Nintendo too. So
Sure. And we got Ubisoft Forward tomorrow and Capcom. Is that going to be it then, or are there other things coming up still?
I think that's going to be it. I mean, I'll like I said, if you want to do a live reaction to Capcom tomorrow, go right ahead. I will check it out later.
Yeah, we'll see.
As
It all
great as
depends
Earth
on
looks,
timing.
it makes you wonder, how are we in the real world going to fare when our big...
But I'll be definitely checking it out because I'm sure, I'm positive we're going to get some kind of
I'm optimistic.
Resident Evil 4
Who knows what
DLC
we'll achieve
announcement.
by
I would, if I was a betting man, that's what I would say.
Space rocket
Yeah.
that detonates moments after takeoff is one
Whether it's
more
a new
step
mercenary
on the winding
or
road of
story
progress.
mode or
Up next, tie on
Something.
those togas
Something
and
Resident Evil
marry
4
with
related.
Fine wine as all roads lead to this newest city builder. Here's a first look at Nova Roma.
Yeah, it's just a lot of this stuff. Just it all looks the same. I feel like I've watched the same game trailer like 10 times over during this showcase.
Yeah, there's a lot of homogenization of style.
Yeah.
You know, a lot use that kind of cell shaded style that
Cheaper to develop.
Cheaper to develop, and there's a lot more assets out there for it and stuff that's just easier to get to, and
Yeah.
it's really, and plus too, being part of it too is just there's so many, you know, gaming is as a hobby is, you know, 50 years old now. You know, we've kind of seen a lot of stuff. You know, it's hard to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that. You know, I'm not expecting like everything to be shown to be completely unique, but I'm also not expecting to see, you know, 10, 15, 20 different games that are all essentially the same style of create your own world. It becomes mundane at that point. You know, it's like, okay, just can we wrap this into like a 45-minute stream and just do, you know, 30-second trailers for each game and call it a day?
I kind of like the look of this, you know, this ancient Rome kind of game now, or at least the concept behind the gameplay, like
Yeah,
building up the Rome.
Right. It doesn't look bad. None of this stuff looks bad. It's just seen it over and over and over again tonight.
The Great War is over. All we want is to return home.
THQ Nordic?
To the newborn Czechoslovakia we fought for. Brothers and sisters.
Now this is cool. You don't see many World War I inspired games.
Yeah, not really.
None of us thought this part of the journey would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snowfields of Siberia. Through territory disputed by the Red and White armies. By armored train in a harsh winter. Far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train home. Will you lead us?
I like that. That looks cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Pairing squad tactics
I'd like
with
to see
historic
more
inspiration,
World War I
Last Train
related
Home is based on real
content
events in
in
the
general,
aftermath of
you
World
know?
War I. However,
We don't get a whole
historians
lot of
continue
that.
to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing though.
that looks nice.
Puppets
Yeah.
can't be trusted.
I might throw it on the list too.
Watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Sesame Street meets survival horror.
I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. You need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back!
What the hell?
Let's do this.
This looks alright.
It looks pretty goofy.
Oh, I think I ended early. Can we go back to the beginning?
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here.
Push as much as you can. Cubby.
Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Got a racing management thing, I guess.
Oh, and that's a crash.
I push now, next one push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Hey, Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we like doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a simple programming adjustment to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
What is this? Like another...
I don't know. So characters are glitching.
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Sand is a fine granular substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes. But it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
I mean, you got to give it credit for just being nonstop games, basically.
Yeah, that's about all the credit I'm going to give it for. And that'll be part of my final reaction on this when this is all said and done. Did you check out any of the digital Devolver stuff?
No, I missed that one.
Okay. So did I.
I usually don't watch the Devolver one.
Okay.
There's so many. This is the other problem with it being so splintered and fractured over days too, is that it's hard to catch everything.
Right.
I miss just having like you had the the three big shows, like 3 or 4. It was usually like 4, or 5, like really big ones. You had the big 3, and then you had your like Bethesda showcase, and then maybe like Konami or Capcom might do one or something like that. That was it. It was everything was jam packed with those. Now you have like 400 different conferences.
Yeah. I don't know. Still think it's the same amount. We had Xbox Showcase. We had the PlayStation Showcase. We have this. Ubisoft,
Then you had Summer Game Fest, and you have the fest that they had after that. You have Devolver Digital. You have Capcom. You have you got PC Game Show. You got all this stuff.
The thing after the Summer Game Fest doesn't really count. That's just like more of like a developer's hands-on, right? Like
I suppose so. I mean, if you cut that one off, then it's not so bad. But
yeah, they're just talking to more.
It felt like it was more succinct before. Like everything was just kind of wrapped up.
Very exciting for the end. Dune Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the classic sci-fi series. Frank AI, what have you got for us for the big finale?
If you like, I could fill the room with sand.
That's a little literal, don't you think? But what if we had, like, costumes? Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my god, I could dress up.
He's
maybe
starting
as, like,
to wear on
giant
me now,
sandworm.
though.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
Well, it's a long show.
I mean,
yeah.
Don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Oh, man, there was this one year where she was a shark.
He's still talking.
Oh, and she was like a mech
What the hell's going on?
A spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways, just forget it. I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right? Frankie Ward?
Do you still want to do the costumes bit, Sean?
I want to do the Dune dress-up bit so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone and make money with computers.
Shut up and put the costume on.
Oh man, I hate this even more now.
Gladly.
Oh,
Here
boy,
is an
oh,
exclusive
boy.
interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
Oh man. This just dropped in a grade for me because of that one last bit. I hate cringe humor. I hate it.
My name's Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of Dune. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat, they have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe. And through this experience, they come to know the fact.
Well, at least we're at the end here.
Yeah.
So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their steel suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising.
I mean, I like Dune a lot. So, I mean, the idea of a Dune MMO is kind of interesting to me.
In the distance, in order to
looks pretty
harvest
cool.
your guild. And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash,
always...
you hear the rumble of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening.
Games when they say open
you
world
start
MMO.
out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it.
Show me the sandworm. I want to see it in game.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm, and when it sweeps across the landscape, the sands shift, revealing new points of interest, hiding others, making the game renewed every week. Then we have combined arms. Combined arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about like the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts. We think of them as survive, protect, expand, control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you.
I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I mean,
no, it doesn't. Is in the clear.
It's clearly
in the expand phase.
Very
you lift
early
your gaze
stages,
and you look
though.
around and you see that others have stuff as well.
That's true.
You might want to take their stuff. Then in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However,
I don't think
never
we've
safe.
seen any type
There's
of like
always someone lurking around the
antagonistic
corner. Can you really trust your
AI.
second in
I think
command?
we've just seen like your
So the goal of the control
compatriots
phase is that
as
you
the
are
AI so
clinging to
far.
control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
And with that, the PC Gaming Show 2023 is done. And what a show!
Done with him. That's it. They said it. They're done. All right. Okay, so like I did keep in mind what you said, temper expectations. I guess I'll go first with my review since you went first last
Sure,
time.
yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, we had just over 2 hours of nonstop games. So I'll give the PC Gaming Show credit there. The only thing that stuck out to me was probably Lords of the Fallen, which is a multi-platform title. If I have to temper expectations, I should expect the people in charge of putting on these shows to also temper their presentations. You don't need to show me 10 to 15 games of the same style game, like the exact same style game. I don't need to see, 10 iterations of a cell shaded build your own city style game. So I did appreciate the presentation of this. Who is this guy? This is my first time ever watching a PC gaming show. So who is this
I
guy?
can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, I appreciate his presentation to a point. I appreciate the more lightheartedness of it. And then he just kind of he just kept going at the end. It's like, just wrap up the show, and he's talking about how he misses Frankie and stuff. It's like, okay, now he wants to dress up. It's like, all right. So nothing here for me at all, with the exception of maybe Lords of the Fallen. And it had a lot of games, but I mean, that doesn't speak anything if the quality isn't there, and I just don't see the quality of anything here that's going to be worth a while. Dune is a good way to end it. It's interesting, but that's it's very much it's getting late. It's very clear that game is in its early stages of development, so I just can't form any type of opinion on it at all, other than it looks interesting. I would grade this as a C. Not a bad show. 2 hours, that's a bit long. Cut some of these repetitive games out and, save those for another day or something like that. That's my opinion on it.
I think that's fair. For me, I like I said, I appreciate that it is basically nonstop games, little skits and stuff in between. They have a lighthearted tone. It's very different from the formal giant corporation presentations that we see from like Sony or from Microsoft, where it's very formal and very much everything is very carefully choreographed. To be there's more of a lightheartedness of tone to this. I like that. I think it kind of all outstays its welcome a little bit. I would shave this down to maybe an hour and a half.
Exactly.
And maybe just cut out some games that are, there's things you can cut out in there. So, but I mean, overall, in terms of the games that are presented, I mean, it was a lot of, there's being presented just with that many, there's bound to be some that you're going to be interested in. On my wish list, I added on Last Train Home, that World War I game. I added Nova Roma just because I really like even though it's one of those cell shaded games you said you don't like, I like the idea of kind of building up a Roman city.
I want to be clear. I don't mind cell shaded games. I just don't need to see
100 of them in a row.
I don't need to see 100 of them in a row.
I got you. Yeah, so I added Nova Roma just because that looked interesting. Fortune's Run is in that boomer shooter genre. I like those games, so I added that. Lords of the Fallen, I also added. Ebenezer in the Invisible World. I like Metroidvanias, so I added that as well too. And then Dwarf, that's basically the Command and Conquer kind of spiritual successor of sorts, or like throwback style game. Clearly inspired by like late 90s, early 2000s RTSs, specifically like Tiberian Sun and Red Alert 2 Command and Conquer. So added that one as well. So that's about 5 or 6 games we added there. Yeah, it just felt like I think the biggest things here are it's just a little too long. It's
extremely too long. 2 hours is a long time. I mean, even Xbox is a long time. I mean, we've been viewing stuff for 4 hours straight, and pretty much 4 hours straight, even more than that. And it's just like, you guys could cut this stuff down big time. Did we need to see an hour of Starfield? Did we need to see 2 hours of a lot of games? I mean, to PC Gaming Show's credit, I do want to say this too. Maybe I'll bump this up to a C+ because of this as well. In fact, I will. I'll bump this show back up to a C+ because at least they covered many different genres. So even though there isn't anything here personally for me, aside from Lords of the Fallen, there's a guaranteed something for anybody. They basically cover every genre you can think of. They cover RTSs, first-person shooters, regular strategy games, action-adventure games, MMOs. I mean, sports. You know, there was the F1 Manager game for F1 racing. So they cover everything. So I'll give them credit on that. You literally have something for anybody in this show, which is a good thing. So because of that, I'll readjust and I'll bump it up to a C+ on that. I basically put it on par with the PlayStation Showcase, where it's like there are a couple of things sprinkled in here that I enjoyed, and then most everything else is kind of like eh.
Yeah, I really liked, I mean, overall, I like to compare it to, most of the crap that we've been seeing so far. I would give this like either a C+ or a B-.
Okay.
It is, I feel like its biggest thing is it really lacks, like I said, one, it's too long, and two, it really lacks this kind of like really like heavy hitter game. And there's definitely like really like super like, wow, that's interesting, to this. And last year I think they had like System Shock and Space Marine 2 they showed off. I believe that was last year. So you had a couple of like, higher tier games that, got some attention. Closest thing you had to that this time was like Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah.
And even that, then that's not like a super big AAA game or anything. That's kind of it's a Dark Souls,
Super
Darksiders
collector's edition though. I want to show this off to people real quick.
Yeah, a surprisingly really nice collector's edition for that. So
and
I don't think did the original have a collector's. Let's see.
God, I don't even know. But I came across it randomly, just because we were Googling stuff as we were talking about it. I mean, I ended up pre-ordering this just in case. But this is a very neat collector's edition. It comes with I didn't even see this part. So it comes with a metal display case with an LED light for your statue. You get the deluxe edition copy of the game. It's unclear if that's a physical or a digital copy. I'm inclined to believe it's physical. Usually if it's digital, they make a point to reference that. You get a steel book of the game. Steel book looks pretty gnarly. And then this statue here is a very, very cool looking statue. You get a 100-page hardcover art book, double-sided poster and art card set, and then a few other digital pieces of content, including looks like unique skins, a soundtrack, your starting class, and then a 3D model viewer. Retails at $249.99. I think this is a pretty... Some people may say that's a lot, but this is a 10-inch statue. I mean, that's pretty much a standard rate for getting a game, a statue, a steelbook, an art book, art cards, and then some. I mean, that's...
Yeah, no, it does look really nice. And even the 2014 one, actually, I guess it did have a collector's edition up. I put it on the
really?
Discord for you to take a look at. It has like a nice bust to it. So, I mean, credit where credit's due. As a publisher, they're doing a good job with their collector's editions.
I gotta check out these games then. Okay, yeah, this is an unboxing video. Lords of the Fallen.
Specify 2014.
2014. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Images. Let's see here. Yeah, of course, everything's gonna be of the more recent game. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Busts aren't really my thing, but that's still pretty cool. Cloth map, soundtrack, hardcover art book, digital content. That is a cool looking bust. I think the new statue is better. So you're sitting at about a C+ or a B-.
Yeah, I think it sounds about right.
Yeah. I think that's pretty fair. I think hold on. I think Yeah, I'm sitting at a C+ as well. But yeah, that's about it. You went through your wish list stuff. I went through the one that I'm looking forward to. Tomorrow we got Ubisoft Forward and the Capcom presser. One way or another, I mean, would it be fair to say that one way or the other, we will talk about those, whether it's we view them live or just view them later on like we have been doing?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, those should be a shorter one. So I mean,
God,
it's.
I hope so.
Well, the Ubisoft one I probably will skip. To be honest with you, I don't have anything really good to say about Ubisoft.
Okay.
So I don't. I just in general I don't like their games unless there's a new South Park game being announced or something. And even then, I don't know. I'm not interested. Capcom is the exact opposite. I'm very much interested to see what Capcom has to announce.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you for anybody that's been viewing with us. We do appreciate any likes, comments, and subscribes. I know these 2 streams were kind of a slog, but it's that time of year, right? It's the season of gaming right now in terms of anticipated moments and announcements and things you may be looking forward to, things you want to see. So let us know in the comments below if what you saw here, was there anything in the PC gaming show that piqued your interest, anything you're looking forward to that. Let us know with that. We'd be happy to engage with you. Any last thoughts from you then, Spectre?
No, I mean, like I said, it's a bit of a slog to go for all these in one day, but you got a lot of stuff to get out there. Can't say there was really a whole lot for us in general for either showcase for Xbox or this, and I keep coming back to this point that 2023, I mean, we had a lot of great stuff come out. We still got a couple more great games coming out, and I'm really wondering like what's going to be left for 2024. There's not much coming. Maybe Lords of the Fallen. That's about it. That's not even like a huge title or anything. So
yeah, I know for fall we have the Tokyo Game Show and then the Video Game Awards at the end of the year. I know there's always trailers announced for that. And isn't one of the PAX shows in the fall time too? I know they just had PAX East, right? Or was it PAX West?
Good question. I'm not sure.
I know there are 2 PAX shows a year. One like closer to like the springtime of year and one toward the fall time of the year, I believe. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's been normally. But oh,
what happened?
Apparently somebody's been chatting, but I haven't been seeing any of those.
Oh, our bad.
Yeah, we've had issues with the chats. But anyway, I know we have other shows coming out later this year too, so there could be more announcements for 2024. And the way a lot of companies do it too is they just do like random announcements like, hey, check out this trailer and look forward to it next year. So, but yeah, anything else? Any last thoughts from you?
No, that's about it. I think we can call it to a close aside from Capcom's thing tomorrow. So.
Oh, now my chat is working. Now the chat is working. What's going on?
Randomly.
I wonder if it was because there was a video being played.
Could be.
Now we see them.
But, all right.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Game Reactionists. I am Rorschach.
And I'm Spectre.
You all have a lovely evening.